So next I'm going to have you do the same for the sellers. Let's have a look at each of the sellers in turn. We'll figure out their economic surplus, we'll figure out a way to show it on the graph, and then we'll extend to the general case where we have lots and lots of people potentially selling. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We've got, probably don't need to draw anything, we've got the seller's willingness to pay listed right here. I've got them plotted on the graph. This first guy here is the 3,500, second one the 4,250, and so on. If we assume there's a whole bunch of identical cars available at 5,750, how can we show these surpluses? So go ahead and have a go at it if you'd like, and then I will show you guys how to do it. Okay, so in order to see how to do this, we want to start by drawing a horizontal line across at the actual price. So that's what I've done here. I drew a horizontal line across at a price of 57.50. So next, for each of the individuals, I'm going to show their surplus. And it's going to be a box with height equal to the difference between their point on the supply curve and the price that they're going to receive. Extended to make it have a width of 1 this way. So there we go, there's all the sellers' economic surpluses that they can obtain. And that's our answer, if you like, for exercise 1. Generally though, we're not going to have this chunky staircase. We're going to have a very, very long, narrow staircase with like these very tiny jumps in it that ends up just looking like a triangle, and that's how we'll draw this. We've got our supply curve. We look at the area under the price that the sellers receive and above the supply curve, which represents their marginal cost of production. Do you remember that from way back in the first couple of lectures? We said the supply curve shows sellers' marginal costs. So then the area below the price, above the supply curve, we call the producer surplus. It's the economic surplus that all of our sellers are receiving from trading in this market. Now, I bet you're not going to be surprised that we can put these on the same graph. So there I've got my demand and supply curves on the same graph. Consumer surplus, the area above the price, where the price is now, we know, coming from market equilibrium. So the area above the market equilibrium price and below the demand curve is our consumer surplus. The area above the supply curve and below the market equilibrium price is our producer surplus. Put these two things together and we've got the economic surplus in our market.